You know it was cold outside, right? That was like a verbatim. It was snowing. And if you want to say, oh, he was blushing because it was the scenery, I mean, just to let you know, I mean, let's go over the context. I mean, send me the scan and we can go over the context behind it. Send me the scan or I'll pull up the scan from the chapter. What chapter is it? Chapter like 20, 30 something? I'd like to stick to the manga. The anime does change some stuff around. Even like I'm not even saying for AoE. I'm just saying like in general just makes things easier or like easier to understand or just cuts things out in general, so. We could both agree it was snowing outside though, right? Sure. He did what from the beginning? Have a crush on Mikasa? I'm not saying he didn't like her. I'm just saying I don't think he liked her romantically, seriously. When I mean seriously, you'll see what I mean. Okay. Well, you want? Yeah, I see it. I see it. So, also here's something that we can go into. Do you want to go into actually not even no. Let's go into like human or kid psychology for a sense. First off, Aaron we know is a very sheltered child, not like his parents shelter him per se, but he has a hard time making friends, right? He made friends, he was friends with Armin. But besides that, he really had no other friends. We know this, he gets into conflict a lot with those bullies from his childhood, Um, he would just like instigate with everyone, kind of like if you see something wrong, he'll have to speak on it. So, just a sense of like pride, just that kind of thing. Um, Now what we see here is when they go and visit Mikasa's the Ackermans, right? Um, Dr. Jaeger, all that. Um, you do realize that Aaron here, kids have like mild crushes. First off, this is like his first like girl that he's really interacted with besides maybe his mom that like he's had like some sort of at least a relationship. I'm not saying in a romantic sense. I'm saying more so in a platonic sense. And kids, especially at his age, which was pretty young at the time, um, they have a sense of basically maybe crushing on someone, but not actually having that feeling develop into something mature. Again, they are just kids, and I doubt with my heart that they have any mature relationship. I'm not saying like mature in a sexual way. I'm saying mature in the sense of having the responsibility of a relationship or even understanding it conceptually and fully, which I don't think at their age they. So when Aaron is blushing per se, I would say it's more so just out of like a general maybe attractiveness of her looks more so than her character. Because again, this is one of her first times one of his first times meeting Mikasa, and he doesn't really know who she is. Okay, well, do you have any contention to that? Because if you don't, then there's no starting point. Well, the problem here, Beluga, if that's how I spell your name. Correct me if I'm wrong. The problem here is that you're using this as evidence. You decide to enter this debate with that as a starter. And I'm not saying that's your whole proof. I'm not denying. I'm not. But no, 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 no. What I'm saying here is that when you're using this, you're saying, okay, well, this is a starting point. So it's been happening for a while. And this is one of the examples reasoning I can say that Aaron likes Mikasa, or vice versa, and vice versa. We know Mikasa likes Aaron, but the problem here is that if you have no contention with this, then I guess this scenario wouldn't provide. So I guess So far, Aaron doesn't have a crush on Mikasa or or at least a mature relationship, I should say, because then I'll be contradicting myself. But yeah, sure, go ahead, go ahead. I just No, well, it's gonna be because if you're bringing up a point, Beluga, then I'm have to either contend it or I'm gonna have to suffice with it or concede with that. And if you're bringing this out as a point of reference, then I'm gonna have to enact that's just the rules of debate. But you're claiming a romantic sense. This could be totally platonic, correct? Hey, okay. Well, here's an example. Beluga, you go on. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Okay, well, first let's go off the first point you made. Here I'll give you an example. I could, Beluga, you do understand, I could have a higher authority for my mom and my mother. I would maybe, let's say I'm the type of person who would sacrifice everything for my mother, i.e., maybe not like to an exaggeration, let's just say in this scenario, right? That doesn't mean I romantically love her. Like, that's one, that's creepy, but besides the point. Two, that's just not how it works. It would be more out of a family filmistic, platonic relationship that has deep caringness for it, which I will agree that I care about my mom, but I don't have a romantic attachment to my mom. And because he literally verbatim stated he thinks of Mikasa as like, and he did not. What? Okay, so if he prioritized his stuff for, wait, hold up. Then why didn't he tell Mikasa the plan? Yeah. He wanted to fuck Mikasa over like that? That wouldn't be caring. That wouldn't be loving. That wouldn't be whatever you want to say this. I mean, that's already being selfish. That's already trusting in someone else. That's already not going to the person who's been with you for most of your life. That's not to the person who you treat as a sister, right? Oh, but he cares about, but Historia is a random, right? So well, let's just assume contradictory. Let's just assume that we'll assume that like, oh, Historia is not that person, right? Like, come on, man. You know that you know that you know that with Historia, right? That's just it's more important to him clearly because he confides with her and not Mikasa. But manipulating, he didn't manipulate her. So No, I said I was gonna get to that later, so don't you're straw manning me right now, so I'll take that into consideration. Yeah. I was going to say that first off, with Historia and the context of that, your definition of the manipulation would be that, oh, he confided with Historia, but he did. Okay, well, you brought up as a point, so I can't. Well, you brought up this point, so unless you're gonna say I bring it back, or you could see to that point, then that's good. Like you can either say that, or I'll have to address it. Wouldn't wouldn't you think she'd be less willing to kill? Wait, wouldn't she'd be less willing to say to kill Aaron if Aaron was like, yeah, Mikasa, I'm about to destroy the entire fucking world. I'm about to kill millions upon millions of fucking people. Just don't stop me, okay? Like, wait, wouldn't that be the same result? Are you kidding me? Why does it have to say I hate her for that result? Yeah, but the problem is that both go the same way. So both go the same route. So if it both goes the same route, right, then there is no reason not to tell Mikasa the plan or any of that, right? If that's if he cared about her that much, which he clearly doesn't to a degree. I'd say he does care for her, but I don't think he cares for her to that extent. And then now so then why not confide with her? That's what I'm asking you. Why not confide with her? Yeah, and you're not answering my question when I'm asking you this. You're y- you un you you understand that first off, he's not deep into it's not like they were dating and then he started saying that. That's not what happened at all. If that was the case, maybe I would be more lenient to agree with you. But what did happen was that uh sorry, I got a cough. My bad. I was gonna say that uh I was gonna say that no, him with the he didn't really pay extreme attention to her at all uh, throughout that kind of period, right? And then when we know he says he hates you hate me, it's just a contradiction because if we can go both if someone were like here's the thing. If someone, right, pragmatically was to say to someone, um, look, I'm gonna be doing these terrible, terrible things, right? Just and don't try to stop me, right? Well, here's the thing with people in general. This isn't even just like an AOT thing. This is just how psychology works. Psychology works with the fact that you might not be lenient to tell someone, sure, but you might be more lenient to try to intervene or at least try to prevent something like that from happening. Just if you're a morally decent person, which I do think Mikasa is, I think she is at least a morally neutral person. Uh, yeah, oh no, I do. I think. Oh, if you're gonna say she kills Jaegerist, hold up. I just want to let you know that. Okay. No, I don't think so. We can play moral semantics all we want, but hey, like I can. It is. She's. We're talking about who are we talking about here? No, no, no. I know that. I'm not. No, I know that. I'm talking about who in character are you referencing to with the child killer? Aaron. For well, okay, 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 okay. You know the reason why they did that, right? Le Bureau. Yes. So that makes him a morally neutral person? Armin? So was that's what I meant morally neutral in the sense of AOT. That's I wasn't trying to get yes, because we know that no most people in AOT, besides the civilians, I guess, I don't know. The main people, I would say, not the main, you know what I'm trying to talk about. They are not yes. But I would say in the context of AOT, a morally bad person would be someone like Aaron, who would kill millions of people, including children, elderly people, everyone involved, animals, just wildlife. Huh? Yeah. So I would say in the context of Attack on Titan. Now, if I was to say generally, if it was a general, I think most of the people are fucking evil, sociopathic, like pieces of shit. I don't. When I'm here saying right that oh, Aaron's a good protagonist, Aaron's whatever. I'm not saying he's a good person. Yeah. Okay. So I was saying that at least in the context of the situation, she is more so like morally not as evil as per se we know Aaron to be, right? So now we could go back to the point that essentially Aaron, if someone like Mikasa, who is at least that kind of realm in the AOT, she would most likely have the instinctive to either A, go with Aaron, which would what's it called? Well, not go with Aaron, my bad, because I don't think she would go with Aaron. Because I think Mikasa, even though she's very loyal to Aaron, like I'll backtrack on that because that is my mistake. Um, even though that she's loyal to Aaron, she's not really the type of person to uh really let everyone die for the sake of Aaron. We see this in yeah, we see this in season. That's not what she told who? Hmm? That's a retcon then. You wanna know why? That's a retcon? Because when even though she gets angry and mad, right, in season one, when she thinks Aaron dies, even though she's letting out her anger on the Titans, she still has right the tactician enough to try to save the remaining survivors and try to make sure the Titans don't kill everybody, right? So obviously she thinks Aaron's dead. It's not like she's like, oh yeah, Aaron's alive. Like okay, now, no, no. She thinks Aaron's dead. She goes off that belief. Sure, she lets out her anger on the Titans, but she still has that goal of protecting everyone. So my question is that you think she worsened? again, I brought up the contradiction. You haven't sufficed enough evidence to say, well, here's the I brought up season one. All you said was, okay, let's deny that, and then let's go on and see what Annie says. Now I'm saying that's a contradiction of her character. But yes, no, I know. I'm saying the scene with Annie is, in fact, no. You said it was in 130. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Can you pull up the manga chapter, or if it's let's just anime only? I'd like to ask you a question actually. Now that I think about it, if it's the case that Mikasa would sacrifice everyone for Eren, then why would just why would she uh, uh, was the words I hate you so fundamental to her to the point that she decided to change her whole analogy on life and her viewpoint? I really want to ask you that. Oh, oh, so it didn't change that. Okay, that's great. Actually, I'm glad you agreed because now here's the problem. The problem is that now you don't make sense. The reason why is because yes, because if Mikasa was to sacrifice everyone for that, then why not do it? She never went with it. She eventually went up against Eren, right? Killed him. But yeah, right? But if she didn't change from that I hate you event, then why not just listen to Eren or not try to intervene or anything like that? Because if she's so devoted to Eren that she's willing to kill off everyone, let's just say by your standard, then why not go with that? What's why not go with that? But killing, yeah, why not ignore the rumbling and ignore trying to protect everyone that she's doing, protecting her friends, at the very least. Oh, but she's willing to sacrifice everyone for his safety, right? Oh no, you did. No. No. Show me? Oh, hold up. I got okay. I have an OBS recording. I could, and I'm doing that on purpose because I knew this was gonna happen. If you, I won't send it to anyone. I could delete it in front of your screen right now. I will go back and record and replay the part where you did say that Mikasa, right, would sacrifice everything for Eren. Okay, so let me cancel my recording right now and let Yeah, no, yeah, you brought up in season. Well, you did. So I'm not saying you are stupid. I'm not even saying. I'm pretty sure. I think you're intelligent. I'm just saying that's what you said, and I'm just saying here that you did not say you misspoke on that. You said that she was willing to sacrifice. She was willing to sacrifice people. You said she was willing to sacrifice people for Aaron's well-being, and then you gave the analogy about the child. About yeah. Okay. So then you didn't. Did you put a limit on that? Those amount of people? Who are those people? No, a limit, not a lit. Yeah. Okay. Or I'm about to get loud, Mikey, on the fucking clown bot. Okay. Anyway. Who the hell put? Okay. Okay. Well. Well. You. The problem is here is that you contradicted yourself, and I'm not saying in what you just said. I'm just saying in the contradiction would be that you said that you're saying, okay, well, Mikasa, okay, the rumbling, okay, that's now that's too vicious for her. But earlier you were saying, oh well, yeah, she's willing to sacrifice a lot of people or everyone, just to protect Eren. So either or, that's a self contradiction. So if we're just gonna go off that, it is. Do you not understand why it's a self contradiction? Because here's why, Beluga. Okay, the contradiction is that she's willing to sacrifice, but and that you gave one example of Liberio, but the rumbling, oh no, that's too much for her. That's too much for her. So then she has to sway her worldviews. Okay, well here's again. and because this okay. Um again, I I really don't care if she's complex or not. The point of the issue, the problem with the point, I am fucking saying shit. The point of the issue is that A doesn't follow B. A is contradicted by B. Therefore, A cannot equal B. And what and for anyone who's not understanding what I'm trying to say is I'm basically just trying to say because I use that like debate lingo. Um, A equals B or X equals Y or like something like that just really means like premise can't or like conclusion like evidence to this can't equal this conclusion or it contradicts some other evidence. Therefore, we cannot reach this conclusion that he's proposing or someone's proposing per se. So that's what I'm trying to say for anyone who is wondering. Um, but to go off, I'm saying that we can't reach a conclusion with that, and the problem with the point you're trying to make is that we're trying to reach a definitive conclusion, at least by your merits here, that Aaron or my bad, Aaron cared about Mikasa and your romantic relationship. But the problem with this whole argument you're proposing, Beluga, is that all you're pointing out to me is instances of platonic, and if it is romantic, then it gets contradicted by the fact of what we just referenced. So I would say because I have to, well, I don't have to go soon, but I do have to like help my although I don't have to leave right now. I'm just saying, just in terms of, I have to help my sister out. Yeah. So we can continue this later, if you want. I'm saying though, just as my conclusionary point, that you have brought up only platonic things, and the romantic quote unquote that you brought up has been contradicted. So that is my conclusion. No, I'm not leaving right now. I'm not leaving right now. I'll allow other people to talk. I'll just might have to go in like 10, 15 minutes just to help my sister. Because I don't want to. The reason I want to hear is because I don't want to just like leave you guys for like 25 minutes because I'm helping someone out and then I just never come back just in case. So yeah. Platonically, don't take that out of context. Do not take that out of context. But I said platonically he loves Mikasa. I never said he romantically loves Mikasa. Okay, go on. Okay. Um, that was very rambly, and that didn't really
Actually,
come.
Reiner does love Aaron.
Okay, Zero K, you're a troll, bro. But besides the point, Zero K is such a troll. Um, I mean, sure, but that's all of your topics you brought up, not really pertaining to us. You're just kind of bringing other relationships, and that's all I'm gonna say on that matter. Yeah. Okay. I mean, at least I'll say this for myself. I feel like I provided sufficient proof that those were contradictions, or those were blatant, just wrong, or at least out of context. So we can debate here, like allow other people to speak. Yeah, no problem. No problem, man. Have a good day, man. Alright, I got it.
Oh, stop inviting me to come and speak, bro. I have nothing to say. Holy fuck.
Huh? Uh-huh. Could be more friendly. Alright, what, wait, what'd you say? It's just banter. Calm down. What? Alright. Anyways, though, I guess this is my first VC debate in a good like 3 or 4 years. Gonna be pretty rusty. But anyways, so you think, huh? Uh, huh. So passive aggressive. Anyways, though, um, so you think 139 is like good? Dude. Dude. All right, calm down. You don't gotta ramble that much. Just calm down. All right. I mean, like, all right, just generally. I mean, it sounds like you just say most of the time mediocre. It's okay. Like someone else said before, it like just kind of lands for you, not gracefully, but it lands. Okay, so all right, so you said that you were disappointed? What disappointed you? I mean, all right. All right. Well, I mean, I would kind of disagree on the peak writing point, but let's see. So it sounds like your initial read of it gave you a like bad interpretation of it. Like, it seems like in your initial reading you thought it was bad when you described it that way. Yeah. I'm I mean, well, you say like, disappointed, rushed, made you confused. You didn't really put any like positive words in there. I mean, it sounds like it's leaning more towards the bad side when you put it that way. Like, what part was good? No, no. I mean, no. I mean, you say that the Ymir Fritz thing is good. Like, what exactly was good? I mean, you just mean like her. You just mean like that one line of dialogue, or like her whole like individual plot line. Oh, you said we all hated Zeke until what? Oh, okay. I mean, personally, I kind of hated him after that, but that's just me. That's why he wrote her. Like, so when you say that's why he wrote her, like, what do you mean? Are you talking about like the whole like, oh, she was supposed to like kill him the whole time? Like, that's what is that what you're talking about? Okay. I mean, well, I don't know. You just talked about Mikasa with the last guy. I'm not really gonna bother talking about Mikasa. Hmm. Well, yeah, I would say that her development is all over the place and very bad. Hmm. No, I mean, like, well, with the character development that she is supposedly given, it's like it's taken away, then given again, then it's taken away once again, right then, and kind of like left at that, which I thought was, I mean, I think that was just kind of bad. It just had it all over the place for a character. Yeah, I mean, eight. You mean? Like, wait, wait. Are you talking about like the extra 8 pages, or you just mean the last? Oh well, I mean, so yeah, I mean, in a general sense that most people know it by, you are referring to what most people call the extra 8 pages, right? All right, well, all right, well, I mean, I don't need to go into semantics over it. I mean, that's just what people normally identify it as. Okay, anyways, well, with those extra 8 pages, I mean, I'm glad they happened. I mean, I don't really like it, but I'm glad it happened because it kind of like proved them all wrong. Pretty much. I mean, it proved the alliance wrong. I mean, there's no way that it really proves that Jaeger is wrong. Like you're leaving, or you're just getting a charger. Okay. It's fucking 11 p.m. for me. What the hell? This is why I have my charger on my bed. Yeah, like, why don't you just have a charger in your room? Huh. Anyways, I think you're just saying something about how I said that it kind of like proves the alliance wrong, pretty much, and I don't see how that could prove the Jaegers wrong. Like what? It kind of like proves them right. Like Flock says, like guys, if you do this, we're gonna get destroyed, and then it happens. I mean, Of course, that's kind of the point. I mean that's the point of the Aegis. Repeat that question? The conditions of the war 2 dozen years ago? What? What? Oh, you mean like two? Are you wait? Which war are you talking about? Like 2000? Oh, okay. So, like, the one that it like sort of has a soft start when the walls break down. That one. All right. Well, yeah, I would call the official start, like soft start of that war, like when the walls break down, because they just kind of had the whole declaration of peace between them before that for a while.
I think he's talking about the cycle of hatred.
Hmm? The change that happens is that Marley doesn't exist. Uh, the fact that there's no outside threat. Yeah, that was like the whole point. I mean, civil wars don't really matter though. That wasn't the point. Hmm? Yeah, not to get destroyed by the outside world. Well, yeah, and I'm obviously referring to the outside world. Repeat that? I mean, that's kind of irrelevant, so I guess. Do I have kids? I mean, not yet. Hmm? I mean, if I agree with the side he was on, then it's just like, I mean, yeah. I mean, I could see myself dying in a civil war. Hmm? I mean, like, I'll be like a little sad because, like, obviously, like, it's my kid, but I mean, he's fighting in a civil war, and I mean, if we're both like one is, oh, you mean like if he's like a civilian, just he's just standing there, got killed? Um, I mean, yeah. And obviously, I'd be like pretty devastated. It'd be like, damn, like he wasn't even the one, but he wasn't fighting, I guess. Uh, repeat that? Less devastated if it's a civil war? I mean, that's not really something that I could answer. That's just such a broad, bizarre scenario that I know nothing close to. I mean, I've never lived through a civil war before. Why are you bringing up a real life country? Can we like stick to AOT? Wait, what are you talking about now? This is what or what has no meaning? if it doesn't relate to the real world, then the war arc has no meaning. I don't see why. I mean, I guess like saying like how a story tries to mimic or intimate like real life in some way or something. I mean, yeah, sure, but like, we're talking about like what they're doing like actually in the story, not like some that's happening in real life. I mean, I don't know anything about Kosovo or Albania. You- when did they become separate? Like when the Soviet Union disbanded, I'm pretty sure. Repeat that? I mean, I don't think it's just paperwork. I mean, the whole borders and all that reformed, and it was like the economic collapse and stuff. Uh, you said something about what's considered a civil war and not made a civil war. Like, wait, what you talking about, dude? Like, what's the point here? Okay. I get what you're saying now. You're trying to say something about how like no. I get it. You're like trying to say like how at some point they like expand territory and then like they spread to other places and then those countries probably like disband at some point and become separate countries and then like come back to attack them. That's what you're saying, right? Yeah, all right. I mean, I guess I'll say it again. I mean, the benefit that happens is that they no longer have to worry about an outside world that's like 100 years more advanced than them that can like come and kill them and destroy them at any time just because of like, their like racial traits. I mean, that's definitely a big contributing factor. All right, yeah, like like what she said, like they'll still be fighting, it's just smaller or whatever. And then it's just like, oh yeah, that's possible, but like, I mean, that doesn't matter, bro. Like, just fucking work on the boat. It's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, every country ever ends up having a civil war at some point. That's just how it goes. I mean, like, I don't see why a civil war matters. I mean, like, the point was never like civil wars. What? Hmm? I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, he like says it, gotta what? Hmm? I mean, obviously he's not gonna say that word for word. He doesn't have to like be that damn specific, but like, it's just like when he's talking to Historia, he's just like, the only sure way to do this is to like I think he said something about like burying the civilization and the hate along with it. He's talking exclusively about, the outside world that's more advanced than them and hates them because of like the race thing pretty much, and they aren't really gonna like change their mind and all that stuff. Well, yeah, because the cycle of hatred he's referring to is paradise versus the world, not like all violence ever. Huh? Uh, yeah. Well, when you simplify it that way, yeah. Well, yeah, because that was never his problem. His problem is the outside world versus paradise. The ones that can like hate and easily oppress them and kill them. I mean, that's his threat. I mean, that's what he's worrying about. What's ridiculous? I mean, I don't really think anything is more devastating than the entire Allied world fleet coming to like completely wipe you off the map. Yeah, he does destroy it. And then uh and then later on down the line